Now I'm going to add another slide. I could also right click over here and say new slide. And this time I'm going to add a YouTube video. So I want to search for a video. I can click Insert, Video, and I can search for a video. If I have a video that I have saved in my drive, I could use that. I could also use the URL of a video that I have. I'll show you both methods. So if I search for a video here on ranching, right here it tells you how long the video is. So you could click on that. You could click select, and then that video shows up here. Now it's not going to play here. You will need to be in the presentation mode for it to play. But once you have the video, you could select it and then select format options. Here's video playback. You could select autoplay when presenting. That way the video would start automatically instead of needing to be clicked on. You could mute the audio, and right here you can choose the start time and the end time to present that. Now let me show you another way to add a YouTube video. You can go outside of the Google Slides app and go to YouTube. Search for a video. Now the reason that this might be a better method is you are able to preview the videos here. In Google Slides, it doesn't let you watch the video, so this way you could preview a video, make sure it's exactly what you want. Then you can open up that video and you can right click and say copy the video URL. Go back to your Google Slides, use the insert menu again, insert video, this time by URL, paste that URL, and there's that video, and it will show up, and your video shows up here. When you are working on a Google app, your Google app will automatically be saved to your Google Drive. When you want to return to your project, you can use your app launcher. You could go to Google Slides, it'll show you all your recent slides, or you can go to your Google Drive and you will find your project there in your Google Drive. This is a Google slideshow that I created for my Introduction to Computer Science class so that I could explain how a cloud database works. When you're ready to see how your slideshow looks, you can click this Present button up here. And then depending on how you set up your animations and transitions, you can click on the mouse to advance your slides or to animate your text. That was a slide transition. It's transitioned from one slide to the next. And then here I have added my information so that my text appears. Here's one bullet at a time. So I've asked what is a cloud database, and it just explains what it is, and then the purpose. Again, a slide transition. So I've added a table to show the different ways that data can be stored in an app. And then I've listed some limits to the database. And then here I created a little visual so that students could see how a cloud database works. So I said, let's imagine that a group of friends were in a group chat, and one of the members says, "Hello, group." Well, that message would be carried via the internet to the cloud database. This is called the store value call. That cloud database would then make copies of that message and again via the internet send that message back to all of the other members of the group. This is called a data changed event in a mobile app. Let's imagine that a person joined the group late and they want to know what the group has been talking about. They could send that request to the cloud database. This is called a get value call, in the app. Then the cloud database would make a copy of the chat history, and again via the internet send that information back to the person that requested it. That is called a got value call. So you can see that you can use animations to create little visuals that will help your students better understand certain concepts. So to do that, let me show you how you add slide transitions and custom animations. So first of all, if I click right here, transition may show up here. If it doesn't, you can say insert and then insert an animation. But I'm going to start with transition. Now I have chosen to use a transition that goes from slides from the right, but you have these other options as well. Sometimes the dissolve and fade options are not very visible, but you can change the speed here. You could slow those transitions down a little bit, and you could decide whether to apply that to all slides, or you could add a different transition to each slide. Now you also want to animate information or animate the text. So you could select an item and you could say add animation. You have these options of adding anything that says in, like fly in from the left or the right or the bottom, means that your information will enter the slide. And if you choose out, it means it will start here and then it will leave your slide. So I'm going to pick in fly in from the left, and right here I have the option of making it fly in when I click the mouse, or it could fly in right after the previous, or it can fly in with the previous item. I'm going to say after previous, and then because this is the title, I'm going to move that up. Here I could delete it, but I'm going to move it up to the top here, because that's the first thing that I want to happen. Then down here, this entire text box, notice it's going to fly in from the bottom on click. But to make one bulleted item fly in at a time, I have checked by paragraph. That way, this item will come in and then this item will come in. So you can click play right here to preview that, see what that looks like. There was my slide transition. That slid in. Now since I have to click the mouse, I would have to click to make the first item show up. Click again and the second item shows up. Now I do need to click stop before it will allow me to continue working on my slideshow. Now when I'm ready to share this project with my students, I will click the share menu. Of course, I would not want to type in the names of all of my students here. So I'm going to just get a shareable link. Right here it says anyone at Centennial Middle School with this link can view. I wouldn't want to allow my students to edit this project, so I am going to keep it on view. I'm going to copy that link, and then back on my Google Classroom, I would go to classwork, create an assignment, provide instructions if necessary, and then I'm going to add that. Now what I want to do is I don't want to add it through my Google Drive. Instead I want to add that link that I created, and that link will give students access to my presentation, but they will not be able to share it. They will only be able to view it.